The trial had to be started from scratch after the previous judge was found to be too ill to continue. Judge Ratha Mokgoatlheng is now at the helm as the presiding officer. 5 men stand accused of the murder of the Bafana and Orlando Pirates football star. The accused have all pleaded not guilty to the charges against them. At the same time, the National Prosecuting Authority has confirmed that Magdalene Moonsamy, the legal representative on watching brief for Kelly Khumalo, has submitted her notice of withdrawal to the NPA. Moonsamy is believed to have submitted this in May already. SABC News senior reporter Griselda Lewis has been following court proceedings and joins us now. A very good afternoon to Griselda. What's the latest from court?
Zandile Khumalo remains on the stand. We're on lunch at this time. We'll be back at 2 o'clock. However, she basically told this court that the moments after Senzo Meyiwa had been put into the car, how she felt his body getting cold as Kelly Khumalo, she says, was rushing to the hospital after several people had assisted Senzo Meyiwa to be put into the car and taken to hospital. Let's take a listen to what she said.
Ngamuzwa ukuthi itemperature njengoba ngimthinta ebusweni ayisafani nalengizwa eswini useyabanda eswini.
I then lifted up his t-shirt and touched him on his stomach, and then felt that the temperature is no longer the same as when I touched him in his face. He was now cold on his stomach.
Yes, we proceed. Ma'am, if you need any comfort break at any point, just say so.
Comfort break.
Are you okay?
All right, Zandile Khumalo and then Zinga also describing after they arrived from the hospital how they found out that Senzo Meyiwa was no more. She described having driven in to the hospital and telling authorities there that someone had been shot, how they brought out a stretcher and put his body onto it, and how their mother broke the news to them that Senzo Meyiwa was no more.
And then in no time, I just heard my mother bursting out in a cry.
But what your mother told you is it's not admissible. Did she then make a report to you?
And then
before she came to us, she first burst out or she cried at that side, and then that's when we realized that things were not going well.
Yes.
And then my figure
what other people told you is not admissible. What did you observe yourself?
Mina uma wafika kuthina washo ukuthi akasekho.
Well, Zandile Khumalo also telling the court that Kelly Khumalo was beside herself. You'd recall, of course, that she was the then girlfriend of Senzo Meyiwa. She'd requested to go into the room in which Senzo Meyiwa had been placed. And that is where she says Kelly Khumalo had said her final goodbyes and had basically removed some of the items that he was wearing. Let's take a listen.
Ukheli wacela ungena ngaphakathi ayobona uSenzo.
Instead of that, Kelly requested to go inside to go and see Senzo.
Yes.
And then why said
she then asked me to accompany her.
Yes.
Sase siyangena egumbini la bebemgcine khona
We then went into the room where they kept him.
Yes.
And then uKelly wakhuluma naye
Kelly spoke to him
wasemqabula esiphongweni
and then kissed him on his forehead
wamkhipha amacici kade wafakile
and removed the earrings that he had on.
I think wayefake newashi futhi walikhipha nalo.
I think he also had a watch on. She also removed it.
Wayesemvalelisa sase siyaphuma eromini.
She then said her goodbyes and then we went out of the room.
Well, just shortly before we went to the lunch adjournment as well, Zandile Khumalo pointing out to accused number 2 inside court, that being Mongani Ntanzi, who she says was inside the house, was one of the intruders that was inside the house at the time that Senzo Meyiwa was killed. You'd, of course, recall that Zandile Khumalo was one of the individuals that was inside the house on that fateful day. She says that accused number 2, she went on to describe his features, saying that she's able to see him through his, facial descriptions as well as his eyes. And when he stands up, his height, that she believes that Mongani Ntanzi was one of the intruders that was inside the house at the time when this alleged robbery had taken place. We're expecting her to continue at 2 o'clock to go into details about, what is believed to have transpired on that day. But of course, Zandile Khumalo continues with her testimony. That's, of course, continuing at 2 o'clock. Before, of course, we would have a cross-examination. In fact, I do understand that cross-examination will begin at 2 o'clock.